Hi guys, how you guys doing? And I hope you guys are well. So a quick one. I shared a trade with some of my followers and I think on Telegram sometime last week or maybe last week. Euro AUD setup and the trade went accordingly. And I've also received so many messages from people asking me to drop a quick analysis on how I came up with the trade. Right. So this is the trade right here. So I took my short trade from somewhere around here and it went all the way down. Right. So looking at this setup right here, I've always taught people to learn how to identify their key levels correctly, their supply, their demand, their support resistance, other blocks, or whatever you choose to use. So in my course, I explained something about drop base drop. Okay, when we have an aggressive push to the downside, we always expect some form of correction or accumulation to occur. Then we then see another drop. So whenever we see a drop, accumulation in form of a base, then we expect another drop. So when we identify that base, something like this, we then use that base as either our supply or demand, whichever area we found it. So in this case, we have this right here. Okay, we have our base right here, which then stand as our what? Our supply. So when market was extending to the upside, I was looking at this level as my point of interest. And when I trade, I look at certain things before I execute. I look at my supply, my demand, order blocks, or point of interest. When price gets to that level, I then look for candlestick signals, right? Or indicator signals, whatever, to execute. I am an hybrid trader, so I use everything. I use candlesticks. I'm a price action trader, but I call my style of trading hybrid because I use price action, smart money concept, retail trading, anything. I combine all of these things together to give me more reasons why I should execute a trade. Because the more confluences I have, the better for me. Okay. So now let's jump to price action. So when price then retraced back to the upside, it gave us a lot of selling pressure around here in form of candlesticks rejections. We have a one pin bar, second pin bar, a spinning top, and also this right here. So this indicated selling pressure for me, meaning the sellers are getting into the market from this level. Right. So I then executed my trade around here after the candlestick signal. And also in my course, I also explained something about displacement. Whenever we see price approaching our supply, demand, order blocks, whatever, and we see an aggressive push or rejection of those levels, we call them displacement. So when we see displacement, we always expect a pullback in the market before we look for another entry. So a pullback occurred here, and here, you see this candle here, would have been a perfect way to enter. Maybe here or maybe here. I don't know. But ideally, I look for 50%. I look for market to retrace back into the candle at least 50%. If we pick up our Fibonacci retracement tool, we should have from the top of here to the top of here. So 50% is somewhere around here. And you can see I'm gonna put this around the 50%. You see here? 50%. So I'm gonna cancel this Fibonacci. Now you can see price retraced back exactly 50% into that level and made a drop to the downside. Then while that was happening, I identified this level, this bunch of liquidity pool around here. And I expect all this liquidity to be taken into this level right here. So what happened again? Market pushed back to the upside, right? A lot of people would have been stopped out if they had moved their stop loss to break even. But that is not a problem. You need to learn how to look into the market to look for another opportunity because market will not always do exactly what you want it to do. So in some cases, you might be deceived, you might be kicked out of the market. you might be the liquidity, could be anything. So market pulling back does not necessarily mean your analysis went wrong or something is going on wrong with the market. It's just like it happens. Okay. Now we're looking at a pullback in situations like this. What do you have to do? You have to lower to the smaller time frame to look for your entry, right? Now look. Now I'm going to cancel this one more time. Now, if you lower into the smaller time frame, what are you going to see? A bunch of trading opportunities. We have equal highs here, right? And when we have equal highs, I teach my students about equal highs. These are areas of liquidity. And when we have areas of liquidity, we expect those liquidities to be taken. And that was exactly what happened here. So market pushed to the upside, took out this liquidity, gave us another aggressive push to the downside. And what happened? We have another impulse move, then another, which are called displacement. And what happened again? A pullback into that candle. Then what happened? Look for your candlestick signal. Everything that I've said at the beginning, things you look for, candlestick signals. Then what happened after that candlestick signals? The sell. So you could have gotten your trade from here and put your stop loss above the previous high and above the previous liquidity, which could have been somewhere around here. For me personally, when I'm placing my stop loss, I like to place my stop loss, let's say around 10 to 15 pips above the previous high. So if I pick up my stop loss around my ruler around here, 10 pips around here is exactly where it is. So I will place my stop loss 10 pips above the previous high just to give the trader a breathing space. You understand? Then entry around here, then you target all these liquidities to be taken to the downside. Now let me go to let me go to 4 hour time frame to make it more visible. Now we have a perfect entry, right? And see exactly what happened. So right here is a very, very nice 13.5 to 1 trade. A very, very good trade that I took last week and made somewhat profit, which I also shared with people before I jumped on it. So I'm not just coming up with this, right? So you guys asked for the explanation of this particular setup, and here it is. So if you have any question, anything that is not clear, um, send me a message on Instagram, fx.professor, or join my Telegram, or just check the description below, and you will see links to all my socials in there. And feel free to follow. And if you have questions, let me know. I'm happy to help. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good one. Bye.